I can show you, I mean, the United Nations basically reports and the articles where it is also used for the sowing of the seeds. So you don't need to go, I mean, and go for a manual and all those precision sowing. You can do it in a calibrated, I mean, full matrix. And this itself can be a big change. I mean, a farmer basically doing, and then imagine, linked with it, we have, I mean, artificial intelligence led and all those analytics based cloud and the weather forecast model. So you know tomorrow it is going to rain. Precision say
basically
8:30.
That rice and wheat itself is a questionable thing.
I mean, we will have to relate that how engineering can still come as a. We may not be able to solve all the issues, but as an engineer, we still can address a good amount of problems. And this is what I mean. We will have to go with the positivity. We will have to always say that whatever I can do as a small change, let me do it. If we, for sure, I mean, in the ecosystem, you will find many illustrations. If you are driving on a road, you will find that there are many who will violate the traffic signal. I mean, it's still, I mean, we don't have that culture. Possibly, if you are passing by, you will find many who will throw, I mean, not only, I mean, they are damaging their health, this pan, padiki, I mean, they will chew and still spit it or throw it. But as an, I mean, civilized, I mean, knowledgeable engineering community, if we avoid it, we are at least doing our bit. And I consider that as a positivity we will have to always keep. If we look towards the negative side, yes, there are many. But today we will have to, I mean, still go. Sir, you are already, I know, I mean, you are coaching for so much of energy conservation measures. And there also we see that people are not following, but still we make that. Exactly. So my purpose is we should never, I mean, give up the positive. Let's also remember, hypothetically, if I can't bring the change, I can still accept that situation. But I should not be a party to create a negative contribution. At least we can do that. And this is a very important thing we all have to do. And again, I mean, going forward, I mean, there are many illustrations. I was just trying to again touch, so you can see how engineers can ensure all this cold storage or, I mean, good transportation, linkage, so that the crops which are already grown, they can reach the market in the more easiest way. And they don't actually lose. I mean, you will see it. Again, I will say, if you see the yesterday's newspaper, you will find this much, I mean, yield of onion. The person got only so much of less rupees. And he can't afford it because there are many other factors. Bilkul. So, as an engineer, if we could have given him an asset, when I say we, it's a complete society as a whole, then possibly things could have been different. So, this is what we have. But here, one important thing I wanted to start was basically the smart fertilizers and the farming, where we need to also ensure that we now need to do the farming such that we get the yield without basically damaging the soil and the nutrients. And here, again, picking from the newspaper, just one month again, superimposition, I read, this was from one of the last 2-3 days newspaper, where they say that like we have rooftop solar on the canal, we have now basically, no, this is not a vertical farming, it is on the water, basically you have the floating farms. So this is again I will say, China, हजारों चौरस फुट में फैलाયેલા floating island पर खेती હોડીઓ થતી પહોંચાય. So my point is, as an engineer, if we can provide a substrate, we can provide basically a base, possibly we can still create a better possibility in the output. So I was relating with the rooftop solar canal. For sure, Gujarat has made a lead.
Vertical farming is also an innovative idea by engineers.
Exactly. So both ways. But this is just the illustration, because as an engineer, we should be proud of. In case we get associated, it is a further matter of pride, and that's where we will have to see. We will have to bring that element of positivity. So yes, these are some of the areas. Let me quickly still keep jumping. I mean, you see the health. And from the health point of view, we all know, I mean, the other things are there, but the COVID vaccination drive also helped to restrict, obviously, the challenges in India. If you look at our population and basically the damage, we are still far better than the developed economies. Because I also keep talking to my friends in Europe, Germany, Italy. In fact, the maximum damage actually occurred at the place in Italy where I was staying for a couple of years. It was in Bergamo. In case if you see, I can tell you that every house had one member, possibly, unfortunately, a victim of COVID, a fatality. So, but in India, we still, and that's for sure, the credit goes to the engineers. Scientists for sure found the vaccine, but to manufacture those vaccines and then to ensure the systems, that, which is the last person, including, I mean, the temperature controlled, all those distribution. It's a very, very massive exercise, including the systems. You would have also seen the Bill Gates saying our Aadhaar and this basically this ID, it is a much major game changer. And again, I can repeat, same was for the vaccine. I will say how we could reach to the mass. That is again a changer, and this is what the engineers always should think and look for those positives. So yes, these are the things. Let me just highlight. I mean, here you see couple of illustrations. I will just touch on one or two illustrations. So here you see how engineers are doing this analytics, where just through the 3D imaging, they try to make out your body temperature, and with that they find that you are affected by COVID or not. So this is basically that image. It reads the face, ensures your eye and the other reading, and then detects what is your body temperature. This is a work of an engineer. Another good thing, I mean, this is the thing which is coming in often. So you are talking about now, instead of taking the blood for all those diagnostics, we are now having the situations where you speak, your breath itself acts as an analysis of your health condition. So you only basically use this puffing effect, and you can try to ensure that what is your health condition. This is again a very big change. I was just traveling. This is already in news. I mean, this is another. I mean, the biomarker devices. I was just last week only traveling to the Electrama, and with me on the flight I had the colleague. I will say the other traveling person, and he was actually monitoring something on the mobile, and I just asked him, and what I understood, he was monitoring his diabetes level. And how he was monitoring, he had a very small strip on the body, and then he said in the morning he consumed some snacks, so he is now trying to see that what is his blood sugar level coming up. No more doctors, no more, I mean, the things. So on the app and this biomarker, he was able to get his blood sugar level, and he was able to decide whether he should have the medication or not. And it is not now, I mean, a thing of future. It is already there in our country. So in case, if you just see, you can follow, I mean, a couple of these things. It is like 3,000 rupees a month, and you have, I mean, a complete package for your active diabetes monitoring. So hypothetically, I was just talking to him, and he said, I spent some say X thousand rupees for my diabetes medicines. So now I take a call from this, and I decide whether I should take a medicine or not. So it still creates a, I mean, a kind of a positive balance. So my point is not that this is right or wrong. What I am saying is this is where the engineering is bringing the difference. So when we say health, this is where we say. By the way, I have already reached around 45 minutes. So let me just check. Is everything going active?
Yes.
Or you are now feeling a thirst for the dinner?
Enjoying.
So everybody is fine. Please, you should interrupt me as I say. Because sometimes if I miss the thank you, it may happen more a monologue. And then I am just telling, and then possibly you are all basically getting exhausted. Yes, sir, please.
इंजीनियरिंग इंजीनियर्स ने बहुत सारा अच्छा किया है, ये तो सही है, लेकिन बहुत सारा अच्छा नहीं किया है, वो भी एस्पेक्ट देखना जरूरी है। जैसे एक एग्जांपल है आरओ वाटर का। अर्लियर हम लोग टैप वाटर या नल का वाटर, फॉरेन में बहुत जगह टैप वाटर ही पीते हैं। इससे वेस्टेज ऑफ वाटर कितना होता है। तो कहीं भी कोई चीज अच्छी होती है तो हो सकता है उसके पीछे कुछ चीजें और सुधार की जरूरत हो। जैसे आरओ वाटर को बंद करके या उसमें कोई इनोवेशन करके कम से कम वेस्ट हो या जीरो वेस्ट हो, ताकि अगली जनरेशन के लिए हम वाटर जो है कुछ।
बिल्कुल आपकी बात बिल्कुल सही है। होता क्या है कि अगर हम लोग ने ये ऑब्जर्वेशन किया, सो जब तक कॉमन मास को ये पता नहीं चलेगा, तो होता क्या है, वो आरओ वालों का अपना बिजनेस भी चलता है, क्योंकि बिजनेस वाला वहां इंजीनियर नहीं रहता है, वहां वो मनी मेकर बन जाता है। तो वो सही है गलत वो आपको चांदी बताएगा। तो यहाँ पे ये इंजीनियर की भी जिम्मेदारी है, इंजीनियरिंग कम्युनिटी की जिम्मेदारी है। मैंने इससे कि वो भी सही तरह से सही इलस्ट्रेशन, सही बेसिकली मैसेज कम्युनिटी में लाए। बट वो मैसेज कैसे लाएंगे? जैसे अभी मैं ये आई का ही प्रोग्राम ले लूं और एक इलस्ट्रेशन जैसे मैं देता हूँ कि आई का प्रोग्राम है, हम लोग जैसे 500 लोगों को अप्रोच किए ये प्रोग्राम के लिए। आई एम जस्ट गिविंग एज एन इलस्ट्रेशन, आई एम यूजिंग हम लोग को यहाँ पे जैसे 40-50 लोग आप सब लोग आए, मैं देख रहा हूँ सभी बुजुर्ग लोग आए हैं, दैट इज एब्सोल्युटली अ गुड थिंग, बट अनफॉर्चुनेटली आई हैव लेस देन 5% यंगस्टर्स। होता क्या है, अब हम लोग जब ये मैसेज दे रहे हैं, हम लोग जब इतना इफोर्ट कर रहे हैं, अगर वो मैसेज का रिसेप्शन सही से नहीं होगा तो वो फाइनली इतने रूम में ही होकर रिस्ट्रिक्ट होगा। सो एज ए इंजीनियर, एज ए कम्युनिटी, मैं जानता हूँ आई हर एक हफ्ते एक या दूसरा लेक्चर कोई टॉपिक पे करता है, हमारा पार्टिसिपेशन रहेगा, हम लोग यहाँ पे सुन के जाएंगे और पॉसिबली जहाँ पे भी जाते हैं हमारे से जो बने, अगर वो मैसेज हम लोग फर्दर कम्युनिकेट करेंगे तो हम लोग पूरा इंजीनियरिंग को आगे लेके चलेंगे। सो आपकी बात बिल्कुल सही है, बट उसके लिए कहीं ना कहीं हम लोग को भी उसके लिए थोड़ा सा इफोर्ट और करना पड़ेगा। और ये अगेन आई से दिस इफोर्ट इज अगेन वन ऑफ दिस अटेम्प्ट, सो इट इज नॉट फॉर एनीथिंग एल्स, इट इज ओनली टू क्रिएट द अवेयरनेस। सो दिस टॉपिक इज आल्सो विद दैट एज द बेसिस, लाइक दिस, यस, good use of technology, I mean improper use of technology or incorrect illustration, those all should go to the society for sure, and people should make a fair choice. Yes sir.
Basic issue is population control.
वो भी है,
that is a main issue, and that will solve all the other problems.
But that is more a societal part of the
no
China has a very, I mean,
China
aspects actually.
India is totally neglecting.
Population control is one part, education is second part, and proper communication is also a,
exactly. So
yeah.
I say,
When he said, yeah, I will take 1 minute, sir. When he said that ये गलत हो रहा है, इतना पानी जा रहा है, लेकिन there are advertises which he must have not have seen that, okay, you can store the water and reuse in that plants or pots or wherever you are growing some green.
आप बोल रहे हैं तो उन्होंने जब मेरे को पूछा कंपनी के बारे में, तो मैं बताऊं जैसे एबीबी का, अगेन आई एम गिविंग द इलस्ट्रेशन बिकॉज़ आई एम फ्रॉम दैट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, वी हैव अ ह्यूज रेन वाटर हार्वेस्टिंग पॉन्ड, अगर आप आओगे तो छोटा सा सुसागर देख पाओगे हमारे कैंपस। सो माय पॉइंट इज, as an engineer, as a society, as a community, we will have to bring all these elements. तो ये एक तरह से हम लोग बचाएंगे, हो सकता है दूसरे तरह से लोग थोड़ा वेस्ट भी करें।
Communication.
Excuse me, we are running short of time. Actually, there is a lot of interaction, and fortunately now we will be available on YouTube live as well as later on. So you can put your comments on it, and we can always interact with us.
Sure.
We should start on time. If you had started on time, you would have had more time to discuss.
Nevertheless, let me say, wherever I stop today, if there is an interest, I will be again here to continue from that point forward. So that is the
I expect you to reply to questions also on the YouTube.
Sure. Why not? So, okay, I mean, these are a couple of the other illustrations, and you will find we use robotics and all, how they also help during the COVID times, where even possibly same family members, they were not able to come to the proximity, but you had all those robotic solutions which really made a difference, including deployment in our SSD hospital also. L&T had donated a couple of robots during those COVID times. So I'm just saying that we need to just keep in mind. So these are again some another illustrations, but let me do like this. I will just quickly jump on each one from the point of view of the illustration. So again here, what we are seeing from the education, we say the education part of the thing. And here I am just showing a picture. This is a smart classroom, but it is not a picture from anywhere else. It is a picture from Baroda. And this is again a news item where it says 75 students from Vadodara villages returned to government school due to smart classes. So this is where the engineering is slightly bringing the element of positivity. This is again, a Vadodara's news where it says with the smart classes, it again possibly brought the attachment. So that's where we are trying to support, and obviously there are many things. Be it, all these transfer schemes and all those remote learning, coaching and all, everything basically is bringing an element of change. So you have then again basically the topics on the gender equality, and again here you will find, including the organizations also ensuring that there is a equal parity. So there are always the diversity, basically actions. For the water, again you will find it is very important. You need to avoid the wasting of water, but we also are basically from the engineer point of view making a lot of good changes. You can see our Prime Minister, this is an Israel photograph where this basically the sea water or salinated water gets basically purified for a potable use, for a drinking use.
UAE
Same way, I mean, Mumbai is also following the same technology for basically purifying
UAE
ocean
also.
water. Yes. So I mean, there are a lot of good engineering things to illustrate, innovations to talk about where we bring. I mean, again, for the sewage water treatment, I can tell you, in case if you people are not aware, in Vadodara itself, Bhabha Atomic Research Center actually maintains our sewage treatment. So we have in Gajrawadi actually 3 facilities. So all the sewage treatment, just imagine, is maintained by Bhabha Atomic Research Center. We will say atomic यहाँ पे क्या कर रहा है? But यही atomic energy वाली टीम यहाँ पे हमारा जो सीवेज है उसको स्लज को बेसिकली अटेंड करता है. वो स्लज से उसकी ब्रिक्स बना के एक तो यूज होता है और फिर फार्मिंग में उसका यूज होता है. So complete वडोदरा. So गाजरावाड़ी में अगर आप जाओगे कभी तो in fact the director there is also a friend of mine. He may be here today or not, but he also many times joins in such kind of sessions. So I can tell you, so like this, the engineering is really bringing a huge amount of change. तो किसको पता ही नहीं है, नहीं तो हम लोग बड़ौदा में, बट बाहर कैसा कुछ एक्टिविटी बड़ौदा में कर रहा है वो पता नहीं होगा. So इस तरह की changes है, and we are doing really very good things. Again I will say from the point of view of basically energy में तो बहुत सारी चीजें हो रही है. Decarbonization तो definitely है, but I just wanted to touch upon one again a major area in terms of innovation, and that is the wireless energy. So हम लोग बहुत छोटे-छोटे इक्विपमेंट्स अभी बेसिकली वायरलेस पावर से कर रहे हैं, but it's basically a domain where huge amount of engineering focus is across the globe. कि जहाँ पे फिजिकल वायर से नहीं, अब वायर के बिना ही इक्विपमेंट को ऑपरेट करो, इक्विपमेंट को पावर फिट करो, तो अभी छोटे-छोटे इक्विपमेंट्स हो रहे हैं, which obviously in days to come we'll see these laptops and all, so we don't need to have the sockets in the receiver. तो इस तरह की changes एनर्जी डोमेन में आ रही है. Obviously there are also microgrid storage and all, तो ये सब चीजें बहुत अलग-अलग basically पहलू लेके आती है. Maybe I will not use all the goals and I will not touch on all the transformations, but yes, again for the sustained and the inclusive ones, you will find that there are many such things which are actually creating the change, and this really brings lot of value add in the society. Again, I will say on the infrastructure point of view, we all should be proud. I mean, you know that this bridge is now in the final stage. So we remain JNK, this Chenab bridge. All engineers should feel proud. I mean, that this is going to be higher. This is higher than the Eiffel Tower. Another important thing, again, from the point of view of the society, is on the drugs. And where on the drug side, manufacturing of the drug side, today we are taking the tablets. So we have basically a kind of a fever, we have and paracetamol, ऐसा हर एक ब्रांड है और एक फॉर्मुलेशन. अब ड्रग्स में ये हो रहा है कि बेसिकली ओनली द केमिकल कंपोजिशंस विल बी देयर. आपका क्या नीड है उसके हिसाब से वो एट द पॉइंट ऑफ बेसिकली डिस्पेंसिंग वो आपको फॉर्मुलेशन करके मिल जाएगा. So you don't have all those multiple packaging and thousands and lakhs of varieties of the drugs. I mean the tablets. So that's another kind of a research where it is purely on a chemical synthesis. You make a point of view. So this is again another big change, and engineers are actually bringing all these things towards the society. Many things. I mean, you link the sector and you find many such illustrations. Again, basically, we need to support, basically, we need to reduce the inequalities. So, this is developed and underdeveloped countries, and there again, the engineering is playing the role. I mean, today, you also would have seen in last couple of days, you can still have, I mean, the Australian universities education sitting in India. I mean, so all those things are basically ensuring that those inequalities, or I mean, the developed and underdeveloped countries disparities, they are basically now vanishing. And this is again because of all the advancements, and which is bringing lot of balancing. And so many other illustrations, even be it on the farming, be on the heritage and the construction. Again, I will say here from the point of view of the make cities and settlements inclusive, set resilient. So again, you find many good things happening. Here again, I would like to quickly touch upon one important thing which is happening. So you see the images and all. So those are illustrations. But I will touch on one important innovation happening, like 3D printing. So where we used to have basically the 3D printing of the individual objects or basically the things like that. Basically, you now have 3D printed houses. So 3D printed houses will again change the complete ecosystem. So there are already some trials which have already happened, and they will then ensure that the house does not need any year to construct and complete, and then to demolish and then how to take care of those waste and all, and then lot of other side environmental effects. So now you have those 3D houses just getting printed. So like we print basically on the paper, we now are using 3D printers for the small bones and all, for the medical, for jewelry, so small objects. Now this is just expanding the scale. So you have 3D printed houses. Again, this is one major change which the engineers are again bringing. Other illustration for sure you can follow. Again, another important thing basically is sustainable consumption and production patterns. So there we are talking about circular economy, where we are saying that whatever we use from the natural resource, we should be able to use it fully back. So it should not go to the waste, it should not go to the sun. So earlier we used to have linear